Hello everybody and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. I would like to bring to your home a quick 40-minute full muscle group workout. Just need a few items on hand. A few pieces of cloth if you're working on the floor. If you're working on a carpet, you can use pieces of plastic or you can use a paper plate. So we're going to be using these as gliders to provide a little bit of resistance. If you've never worked with gliders before, it's just important to keep your heel hanging over the edge because we're going to be going into some lunges and some squats, using it just to provide that little bit of resistance. So that heel hanging over is there as a safety. So when we do go into a lunge, that you don't involuntarily use the splits and you have some form of stopping your momentum. But even if you come forward and we're coming into intervals, you can use the heel over the edge to stop the momentum, so using that as your brace. So this is going to be our main piece of equipment. We'll also need a mat when we go down to the floor to do some abs. And to do our arms, we have an option. You can use a belt. You're welcome to use, I like to use a sarong because it's nice and light. And you just want to make sure that it's a length where your elbows are slightly bent and you can just have that full range of motion coming over. If your flexibility allows, bringing it all the way back and behind, elbows slightly bent. You can also use a resistance band as well, as long as it's long enough to have that full range of motion. So having these props on hand, please have some water. I will give modifications, so please choose the modification that suits your fitness level, and most importantly, how your body's feeling today. Please be mindful if you have any injuries. In between the exercises, I'll give you the option to have just a slow rest, but please keep moving, just shuffling your feet. You're welcome just to pedal the heels as well if you like. Very important to keep moving. Your choice also to have a little bit more active interval, maybe using your gliders and coming into more of a fast curtsy, or you can speed skate, and I'll give you those options once we start. So I'm going to put some music on, have a little bit of an active warm-up. There's no right or wrong during the warm-up. Nobody's looking. Have fun with it. Please make sure that your heels are over the edge of the gliders. So as you get set up, take a moment here to lift up through the crown of the head, pull the navel into the back of the spine, and soften your shoulders. Most important, have a nice long neck. So my pace is just suggested. I want to have short range of motion to start. Core is engaged. You can use your arms if you wish. Feel free just to press the feet forward. I like more of a arc shape because it starts to get your hips warmed up and your hip flexors and your glutes. Maybe adding your arms. Stay with that forward movement, or you can bring behind as well. Now you're getting your glutes involved here. So find the beat, the rhythm of the music. And stay with that, or back to front. Maybe a little bit more range of motion with the arms. Feel free to stay with that movement, or more of a side skate. You push open, press the heel down, press, press, press. Welcome to add your arms. Want to make sure that your chest feels open. You're taking nice deep full breaths. Feel free to stay with that, or come back to a little shuffle forward. Should feel your heart rate climbing up now. Navel still pulled into the back of the spine. Stay with that, or a little bit of a twist. Remember, no right or wrong. Have fun with it. Maybe a little lower. Core engaged. Extend the arms if you wish. deep breaths. And back to shuffle. Nice, and let's just swing the arms back around. Getting ready for our first exercise, which will be a lunge, reversing. Keep in mind that the heels need to be over. When you're ready, starting nice and tall, navel pulling the spine. Find that full range of motion. Knee stays off the floor, it can hover. Slowly come back up. Take a half squat if you wish. Take a full squat if you wish. Or come up to stand with your knees soft. So you want to find full range of motion here. Really activating the hamstrings and your glutes with a big long lunge. You're welcome just to have a half lunge. Keep in mind, however far you go back, you need to get back up. Nice and slow. Slower you move, the more muscles you activate and you use. Preferably inhale here, exhale as you stand. So we're about halfway now. Should feel challenged in your thighs, hamstrings maybe. About 5 more breaths. Tailor it to your fitness level, please. A few more breaths. Last one. Nice, good. Hand just coming up. Just for the first one. Just shuffling back and forth. Allowing the heart rate to come down now. When you're ready, we're going to go for set 2. And 3, 2, and 1. Core, nice long tall body. Ensure that this knee is directly above the heel or slightly behind. You're welcome to counter with an arm if you wish. Or both arms can go out to the side. Good, the tailbone is long, slightly tilted forward. Heels over the edge. Breathe, breathe. Breathe, breathe. Breathe. Exhale as you stand. Keep in mind you can come to that half squat. You should be feeling challenged right now. We're over halfway through this set. If you're not feeling challenged, try to go a little bit slower, a little bit lower in your lunge, or come to that squat. Thighs should be burning at this point. Keep in mind, you choose the intensity. Just about 5 more breaths, please. And coming back up. Your choice to shuffle, or if you'd like to find that 20-second interval. Keep in mind, heels are over the edge, back and forth. I'll keep track of the time for you, or you can just shuffle. Nice full deep breaths. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. 2 and 1. Nice. Just circle the arms back. Beautiful. All right. Getting ready for squats now. Make sure that the heel is placed over the edge. So we're going to find a low squat here. We're going to come back up. Push the leg out on any angle that feels good for your hip. So squat, stick the glutes out, and sideways. You can grip the arms if you wish, the hands, and pull them in. A little bit more challenging. You can have them just facing one another, or you can have them back most advanced. We want to come back to that squat. Make sure this heel is planted. Low belly is not only pulled in, but it's pulled upward. Squeeze your sit bones here. Breathe. 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 Halfway through now, so should be feeling that burn in your quads, maybe more in your glutes. You want to look for that burn. You want to find it, chase it, and stay with the burn. That way we know it's working. Breathe. Just about 5 more breaths. Nice. Coming back up, make sure you exhale and just a little bit of a shuffle. Or feel free, more advanced, taking that 20-second interval with curtsies. Your choice. Nice full deep breaths. If you're taking a less active break. A few more breaths. Nice. We're going to go into a slow curtsy now. So ensuring that that heel is over the edge. If you wish, you're more than welcome to grab your belt. And if you'd like to start adding a little bit more arms, if you wish, you're welcome to. But this front heel is stable, your anchor. And then you come into your curtsy. Be mindful that the knees should be in line with the top of the foot. Feel free to pull down and come back up. Another side. You can also just hold the belt or the towel as stability. And just a static pull of the upper body, pulling on the belt or the towel. Knee comes down as far as you feel comfortable. You can just hover over the floor. You want to avoid the knee knocking the floor or the carpet. You want to exhale upon exertion. So exhale when it's very challenging, preferably when you come up. Exhale. Nice tall, long spine. Should be working towards a little bit of a sweat right about now. Over halfway. Should be feeling challenged. So you tailor it to your fitness level, your own pace. A few more breaths, please. We'll be doing a second set here. And coming back, taking that rest, active rest, so just a shuffle. Feel free to come into speed skate if you'd like a little bit more, maybe using the arms to counter, or just a little shuffle, but please keep moving. Nice full deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. 10 seconds. Get ready for second set, with or without the belt, the towel. 5 seconds. And when you're ready, curtsy, pull down to that W. Slow, controlled. Watching that knee. Stay close to over the foot as you can. A little bit more advanced, get you used to using the gliders or pieces of cloth in my classes, as we tend to. You're welcome to have your entire foot on the cloth, adding a lot more of a challenge. Halfway through now, so thighs, quadriceps should be having that nice burn. Try to press down on this anchor front heel as you glide back. And try to even out the weight now on your legs. The last 4 or 5 reps. Try to even it out. 5 seconds. Nice, and coming back. You can lose the belt or the towel for now. Slow, active, or feel free, more advanced, to take that interval if you wish. Nice full deep breaths. 5 seconds. So we're going to be coming down into a plank using our gliders. You're going to put your mat on the floor if you'd like your hands to be down onto the floor, but keeping it rolled up. When you're ready, we need enough room so you can do a full plank. Lots of modifications. Tailor it to your fitness level, please. So when you're ready, nice generous bend in the knees. Slow spinal roll down, leading with the crown of the head. Knees bent, core engaged. Slowly inchworm out and coming into a plank. Feet on the gliders. Stay with your breath. Holding. Lift the kneecaps. 4, 3, 2, 1. We're just going to find a half arc, sweeping that leg out, alternating. Feel free to have that knee down and just stick with one. Core engaged. Puffing up the area between the shoulder blades. Stay with your breath. Halfway point on this side, quite intense, so please tailor it to your body. Feel free to stay, or you can take that micro bend to the elbows, engaging through all the arm muscles, making it a little more challenging. A few more breaths, please. And coming to the other side. Keep in mind you can come into that full plank. Breathe. Or the knee can be down. Other options, slightly bend the elbows, but keeping the elbows tracking in line with your wrists as opposed to out to the side. Nice strong core. Halfway point now. 3 or 4 more breaths. And coming back. Knees close together, send the tailbone back, lift the elbows, lift your palms, come into fingertips, a nice stretch. And coming back up to that plank hold. Now working our core and our arms. Let's bring one leg up. You're welcome to bring it out to the angle, to the side, and the other side. Or you can just bend it. Place it down and come back. Bend and place it down or sweep it to the side. Not a long set here, only 10 seconds. Breathe, breathe. 5 seconds. 2 and 1. Nice. Place the knees down. Press the hips back. Lifting up through the elbows and the palms if that feels right through your shoulders. And one more for the core. Coming back to hands and knees. Feet on the gliders or without. When you're ready, engage through the core. Gently lift through the knees. You're welcome just to stay there. Hover. Work on that static core engagement. Feel free to lift the hips up. If you've never done down dog with your feet on gliders, it's super challenging. Stay with your breath, using your core. Try to soften your jaw and your neck for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower down through the knees, engage the core. Walk the hands back. Full deep breaths. When you're ready, lift up through the hips. Make sure the heels are on the floor. Find a bit of a sway just to add some space along your spine and your low back. When you're ready, slow spinal roll up, exhaling. Bringing the arms up, just grabbing onto any space along your arm or your elbows. Nice. Yeah. All right, when you're ready, grabbing onto your sarong or your belt, your towel. We're going to work arms now. We will need our mat shortly. Option to have the gliders, so keeping them in front. When you're ready, find your feet about hip-width apart, lifting up, consistently pulling on the towel to add that resistance. So we're just going to do a W pull down, working our shoulders, bring it in front, pull down, back up. Knees are soft, lifting up through the arches of the feet. If you would like more with your legs, of course, there's more. You can come down to a squat as you pull down and come back up. Or you can stay exactly where you are, pulling down. So I'm trying to activate more of your shoulders, your deltoids, your chest, your upper back, as opposed to your grip. Because there isn't any movement in the towel, we tend to get a grip burn or in our fists. So really try and squeeze the shoulders together. Should be really feeling this in your shoulders about now. Just about 5 more breaths. And widen the hands, loosen your grip, soft grip, lift up and over as far as it feels comfortable. And when you're ready, we're going to move to biceps. So we're going to have the choice of utilizing the wall if you wish. And a few choices here. Your flexibility allows you can have the shin parallel to the floor. But we're going to grab microphone style, so it's at the very top. And we're just going to do some bi-curls. So there's not much range of motion, but you can adjust everything. You can also have it underneath as well. I like this one because I have more range of motion and I also use my abdominals. So my anchor leg is slightly bent. My elbows are still. And try to fix your gaze somewhere off the floor, somewhere that's not moving. So you should feel this also in your glute of the anchor leg. Should be engaged. Keep in mind the knee of the anchor leg is soft. Elbows in. So we're halfway point now. Yes, should be feeling this in your anchor leg as well. You can stay with that, or you can just come to a pulse, but try to refrain from lifting your leg. Use your arms. Breathe. Biceps should be burning at this point. Remember, you want to find that burn. That's the way we know it's working. About 3 or 4 more breaths. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Give the legs a shake. And let's go to the other side. So whichever you prefer, or underneath. Anchor leg slightly bent. Nice tall long spine. Core pulled in. With 1 rep here, you should feel this in your biceps. But it's your choice how intense you want to make the exercise. So either you press down with that foot into your towel, or you use more of your abdominals to lift the leg so it's a little less intense on your biceps. So we're halfway point now. Breathe, breathe. Navel pull into the spine. Arch of the foot is slightly lifted. So 5 more breaths, please. And slowly release. Awesome, well done. Okay, coming to triceps now. This is a little bit more tricky. I want to have the back of the hand against your back and your palm facing away. And once again, you decide how much resistance you would like. Please keep in mind if you have any shoulder challenges that you want to have less range of motion. So you just want to pull up through this top arm. Keep in mind that you may have to bring the bottom arm down a little bit more. So you're really getting resistance on both areas of the triceps. Breathing, breathing. Push and pull. Push and pull. If you'd like a little bit more, your legs haven't had enough, you're welcome to wrap one around. And keep in mind, have a tight grip, but try not to squeeze too hard so you get that forearm and the fist grip. Really activate the triceps. Should be feeling challenged at this point. You know, my choice of music here is purposely slow to try and slow down the movement. Tricep should be burning here. If not, go a little slower. Push and pull a little harder with your arms. 5 breaths, please. Full deep breaths. And slowly release and just roll the shoulders back. Take a moment to feel that qualitative difference in your arms. Is there one arm that's a little bit more tired than the other? Is that the arm that needs a little bit more attention? Coming to the other side. So palm in, palm out on top. Sorry, palm out. And when you're ready, push and pull. So you may have to move this hand back down depending on your flexibility. You lift one leg up, go to the other leg. Keep in mind this knee is bent. Really feel your glute working here. Woo! Should be feeling that burn. Try and loosen the grip, yet still be able to have good resistance. Push, pull. Push and pull. Wrap that leg around. Other leg. Halfway through. Should be feeling challenged right about now. Core engaged. 5 more seconds. Nice tall long spine. And inhale up and exhale over. Let's have a nice light grip. Find full range of motion, your full range of motion. Try to bring it back as far as you can. Allow the shoulders to rotate. And back over. Releasing the shoulders here. 3 more. And back over. Awesome. All right, one more standing, and we'll go down to the floor. So still staying with your belt. Finding your feet just about shoulder width apart. If you have any challenges with your shoulders and you find this a bit too challenging to hold the arms up, you're welcome to bring the arms in front. You're also welcome to lose the towel or whatever you're using all together. So lifting up, wrists are straight. And we often think our wrists are straight, so when they're actually not, when we're pulling on something. So take a moment, please, just to see if your wrists are straight. Try to lock that into place. Take an inhale, feel your rib cage tucking in here. Activate your glutes and exhale over to one side. Elbows slightly bent. Press evenly into the floor. Stay with your breath with both feet. Breathe. And inhale, rise. Exhale, other side. Continuously pulling apart. Stay with your breath. Inhale up. Nice. And when you're ready, I'm just going to lift one leg up and come back down. Once again, my pace is just suggested. Try to bring that knee up to the side if you can. Pull down on the elbow using your obliques, your abdominals along the side. Arms, a little bit of a break. We'll bring them down in front. Or bring them back up and pull down, squeeze. Knees stay bent. A little micro bend when you're both on the floor and when you're balancing. Breathe, exhale, exhale. Really using your abdominals here. Feel free to stay with that. Remember, you can loosen the grip at any time if you find you're getting that grip burn. You can stay with this pace if you wish, or find a pulse and hold up. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And other side. Keep the knee bent. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Over to the other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Another side. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. A few more reps. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And come out to that sumo squat. Knees are in line with your toes. Feel free just to stay here. Hold, stretch. Arms can also be down to rest your shoulders. Really feeling that in your thighs, the work that we did at the beginning of our class. Feel free to stay or keep the hips still. Come to the side. Working our core and our abdominals now. Breathing, breathing. Inhale up. Exhale as you compress. Like a little more. Lift your heels. Breathe. Feel that your tailbone is long and it's moving forward with the pelvis as opposed to arching. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Awesome. Totally fabulous, everybody. Keep it up. Stay with it. Stay with it. Breathe. Maybe lift those heels. Want that little bit of a break. You can move up and still get that abdominal oblique work. Just keeping the knees bent or come on down. A little bit more work for the arms. Try to pull that towel apart. Maybe sink a little bit lower. Coming near the end of the set now. Breathe, breathe. Breathe, breathe. Last one. Good, awesome. Come up and just finding that full range of motion. Just over and back once or twice, shuffling. Feel free to find that curtsy lunge if you wish. You can pull the towel apart to find a little bit more active interval if you like. Or just shuffling the feet. Rolling the shoulders. And you can lose your towel, your sarong, and just swimming the arms forward. Should really be feeling this in your shoulders at this time. And swimming the back. And stopping the interval if you're finding an active one. And just sweeping the arms forward and back. Arms can be bent. Find full range of motion for your body. Breathing, breathing. I like to sneak a little bit of stretch in there, even though we're not quite finished the workout yet. And we'll also aid and help out one of our last exercises. Okay, awesome. When you're ready, we're going to come down to the floor. Feel free to sit on your mat if you like. You're going to need one glider. We're going to be working our inner thighs, our pelvic floor, our glutes, but we're also going to be mainly focusing on our core and our abdominals. So when you're ready, coming down to your mat. The music will slow down in a few moments. So we're going to come down into what's called a mermaid position. Feel free to take a towel or a jumper, whatever you have around, and just sticking it underneath your hips, trying to level them as best you can. Everybody's body is different, so please take time to feel comfortable here. Flexing through both feet to protect your knees. And feel like you're trying to drag and squeeze your legs together as often as you can. Hand on the glider, more advanced, full hand on the glider, using that heel over the edge just as a safety if you wish. When you're ready, lifting up nice and tall through the spine, pull the navel in. When you're ready, we're going to inhale, stretch out, micro-bend that elbow, go as far as you can, and then slowly coming back. So inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. And also lift the bar a little bit by coming into what's called gecko fingers on the fingertips with the palm lifted. Keep that micro bend in your arms, especially the anchor arm. Back to squeezing those legs together. Inhale and exhale. Feel free to take it a little further and extend that leg, but keeping it active and flexed. And slowly come back. Some more advanced. Try and keep the leg off the ground as long as you can, bringing it back to that start position. Or you can stay exactly where you are. So as you extend, really feel like you're lifting the bottom rib cage as well, except as opposed to having it flailing out. Activate that leg, feel your glute working as you lift your leg. We're halfway through now, so should be feeling challenged. Try to go out as far as you can, and then come back. Breathing, breathing. Coming near the end of the set. Keep in mind, you can just go halfway, bringing the arm up above the head. Still squeezing the legs though. This is your anchor here. So you want to make sure that it's active. Just about 6 or 7 more breaths now. Lifting up nice and tall and long through your spine. A few more breaths. Nice, and we're going to switch to the other side. You're welcome just to roll along your glutes. If you'd like a bit of a challenge, leaning back, try to lift up the legs, sweep them all the way around to the other side, and situate yourself so you may need to prop up one hip so everything's as even as it can be. Squeezing everything together. Hand entirely on the cloth or off. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Slower you go, the more muscles you use. Feel free to start right away with that leg extending, but keep it active. The more active your leg is, the more cooperative, the more light it is, as opposed to a heavy, unengaged leg. It's very heavy. Nice smooth breaths here. One more exercise after this, with a little bit of a fun element to it. Hope you worked up a nice sweat. Halfway through now, so should be feeling challenged. If not, slow down. Try to reach out a little bit further. Pulling up through these bottom lats. Try to ensure that your lat here underneath your arm isn't flailing out, but tucked in to support your movement. About 6 or 7 more breaths here. And let's just bring the feet forward, leaning back, fingers pointing in, and windscreen wiper the legs side to side. You can stay exactly there if you wish, just a nice stretch, or You're welcome to sweep that arm and stretch it, finding a stretch along the side body and also in your quadricep and feeling it here in your glute as well. Or you can just stay with windscreen wiping your knees side to side. And bending the elbows slightly, bringing your heel out. Let's bring one ankle over, flexing through the foot to protect the knee. That may just be enough for you. We're looking for a stretch along the outer part of the leg and down through the hip flexor, maybe in the glute or in the hamstring. Your choice if you'd like to lift the hips, press a little bit further. Or you're welcome to bring the chest forward, keeping a tall spine, space in the front of the throat as opposed to tucking the chin. Nice stretch, circling through the ankle. And let's move over to the other side, pressing the heel out, crossing over. You may just like to stay exactly there. Option is to lift the hips and press forward, or bringing the chest forward. Stay with your breath. Rotation. One last abdominal exercise, and we'll just take a lunge as a stretch. So grabbing onto your towel or your band, whatever you may have. And coming into that tuck. First option is to just find that tuck position with a nice straight back. We're going to try and avoid curling the shoulders in, because that dumps the weight in our low back. You want to stay nice and tall, lifting up through the heads of the shoulders, which are here. Your choice just to stay, hold. You're welcome to come into a half boat position as well. Make a little bit more of a challenge, taking it to the second option, is to bring the sarong up, or the towel, bring it around and back. Lots of options. You can add stretching up if you wish. You can add bringing it around. You can also come into that open boat shape and come back, hold, or lift, your choice. So just a few goes, have a little fun with it, don't try too hard. Around and back, or stretch up. Lift up through the low back. Whoops. Just a few more. Few more goes. And coming back and squeezing the belly in. Space in the front of the throat, so try to refrain from tucking the chin. Want to stretch through the legs as well. And when you're ready, you're just going to come into a low lunge. Feel free to use your mat if you like. The back knee can be on the floor. I'm going to try and press this back knee back so you get a nice stretch in the quadricep. Knee is directly above the heel. And lift that back knee if you'd like a little bit more intensity in the stretch. Feel free to stay, hold, breathe. Enjoy this warmth in the body, or if you'd like to take a twist either side, keeping the integrity of the lunge. And maybe the other side. Keep that integrity of the lunge. And coming down, placing the knee down. Feel free to stay high. Just flexing through the front foot so you have a stretch now in your hamstring. Hips are square. Feel free to come back into full half split. Your flexibility allows, maybe coming forward. Space in the front of the throat here, so gazing towards the foot. Full deep breaths. Inhale, coming back up and swapping feet. The knee can be down. First, just finding that stretch in the back of the quad. Maybe lifting up, stay, hold, finding that twist either way. Coming back down, lowering the knee, staying high but flexing the foot if you wish. or coming back down into full split, half split. Space in the front of the throat, nice stretch in the hamstring. And when you're ready, coming forward, lifting the back knee. We're going to skip that leg forward, feet shoulder width apart. Bend over and hang, grab the elbows, generous bend to your knees here. Finding some nice length in your spine. When you're ready, keep the knees bent, slow spinal roll up. Stack each vertebra on top of one another. And inhale, rise with the arms, just grabbing onto the elbows. A bit of a shimmy to the side. And just swimming the arms back here. Really feeling this nice open range of motion in your shoulders after that workout. And the other direction. Rolling the shoulders, feeling a nice length in your neck, warmth in your muscles. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe. Namaste.